Imagine a world where the ancient halls of the Vatican echo with talk of artificial intelligence. Sounds unlikely, right? Well, the new Pope Leo XIV is shaking things up, taking on the biggest tech revolution of our time with a bold vision rooted in centuries-old wisdom. Why is the leader of the Catholic Church diving headfirst into the AI debate? Stick around to find out how this Pope's crusade could change the way we think about technology, ethics, and what it means to be human. Just days after his election as the 266th Pope, Leo XIV, formerly Robert Francis Prevost, stood before a global audience in St. Peter's Square. His first speech wasn't about tradition, dogma, or even global peace. It was about artificial intelligence. Yes, AI, the technology driving everything from self-driving cars to virtual assistants. In his inaugural address, he declared that AI holds immense potential, but must be harnessed for the good of all. It's a statement that caught the world off guard, blending the spiritual authority of the papacy with the cutting-edge challenges of the 21st century. But why the name Leo XIV? It's a deliberate nod to Pope Leo XIII, who led the Catholic Church during the Industrial Revolution in the late 1800s. Back then, Leo XIII saw how factories and machines were transforming society, often at the expense of workers, who were treated like cogs in a machine. He spoke out, issuing an encyclical called Rerum Novarum that defended workers' rights and human dignity. Fast forward to 2025 and Pope Leo XIV sees AI as today's industrial revolution, a force with the power to reshape lives, economies, and even our understanding of humanity. He believes the Church has a role to play, not by rejecting technology, but by guiding it with moral clarity. If you think the Catholic Church and technology are strange bedfellows, think again. Today, the Church is often seen as skeptical of progress. Think of its stances on contraception or its infamous clashes with scientists like Galileo. But rewind to the Middle Ages and the Church was a technological powerhouse. Monasteries weren't just places of prayer, they were innovation hubs. Monks, guided by the motto Ora et Labora, prayer and work, engineered marvels like the first tidal-powered water wheel and the earliest impact-drilled wells. Why this tech enthusiasm? Medieval Christian thinkers had a radical idea. Technology could help humanity reclaim the perfection of Adam before the fall. If humans were created in God's image as makers and creators, then building tools and machines was a divine act. This mindset gave us metallurgy, windmills, and even the widespread use of clocks, which standardized time across Europe. The printing press, a Catholic-driven invention, revolutionized knowledge sharing. Fun fact, engineers still have 4 patron saints in Catholicism, including Saint Patrick and Saint Eligius. But as technology grew more powerful, the Church's stance shifted. By the 20th century, it began opposing innovations that seemed to undermine human life, like nuclear weapons or birth control. Pope Leo XIV wants to flip this narrative. He sees AI as a chance for the Church to reclaim its role as a champion of ethical innovation, cheering where it uplifts humanity and critiquing where it risks dehumanization. Pope Leo XIV isn't starting from scratch. He's building on the legacy of Pope Francis, who saw technology as a bridge to modern relevance. In 2016, Francis met with tech titans like Mark Zuckerberg of Meta, Tim Cook of Apple, and Eric Schmidt of Google's parent company, Alphabet. These weren't just photo ops, they were discussions about using tech for good. Francis even turned the Vatican into a tech hub, hosting a hackathon and a climate tech competition to show how innovation could serve humanity. In his 2015 encyclical Laudato Si', Francis praised technology's potential to solve global challenges like climate change. But he was no blind optimist. He warned that AI development couldn't be a free-for-all, urging international regulation to prevent a handful of tech giants from dominating the world. At a Vatican event in 2024, he said AI should satisfy the needs of humanity, not just enrich the powerful. Most strikingly, he cautioned against treating AI like a god, a form of idolatry that could erode human agency. Instead, he called for a new Christian humanism, where humans use reason and faith to guide technology, not surrender to it. Leo XIV shares this vision. In his first address to the cardinals, he said the Church's social teachings are a treasury for navigating AI's challenges. Just as Leo XIII protected workers during the Industrial Revolution, Leo XIV wants to protect humanity from AI's risks, like job displacement, ethical dilemmas, and the loss of human creativity. AI isn't just about smarter phones or faster computers, it's raising some of the biggest questions of our time. How do we stop a few tech companies from controlling global power? How do we share AI's economic benefits fairly, so entire communities aren't left behind? Should we let AI make life or death decisions like in healthcare or warfare? Can machines create art that rivals human expression? And if so, what does that mean for our creativity? At its core, AI forces us to ask, what is the purpose of a human life in a world where machines can do so much? These aren't just tech questions, they're moral and spiritual ones, the kind religion has grappled with for millennia. Pope Leo XIV believes the Church's teachings can act as a compass. Take Rerum Novarum, Leo XIII's 1891 encyclical. It argued that workers shouldn't be treated as commodities, even if they agreed to grueling conditions. Today, Leo XIV sees AI posing similar risks. Algorithms could reduce humans to data points, stripping away dignity. He's calling for ethical guardrails, like ensuring AI respects human agency, and doesn't replace the uniquely human acts of creation, compassion, and moral judgment. But this isn't just a Catholic mission. Leo XIV's stance is a model for all spiritual leaders, Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Buddhist, and beyond. Religion has spent centuries exploring humanity's psychological and ethical needs. By engaging with AI, it can help ensure technology serves those needs, not overrides them. Pope Leo XIV's vision for AI isn't just for Catholics, it's a wake-up call for all of us. As AI reshapes our world, can ancient wisdom guide us to a future where technology uplifts humanity, not overshadows it? What do you think? Can faith and tech work together? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more stories on the intersection of technology, ethics, and human purpose. Let's keep this conversation going.